here at Senior Housing Forum, and at the NIC conference, I am talking to Ed Scott with MatrixCare, and I'd like to have you talk a little bit about kind of the really neat, cool stuff that MatrixCare is working on.
Sure. So I guess the biggest thing that we're working on is really a number of the things that we're talking about here at the NIC conference, and it really has to do with the evolving and changing payment models. So right now, if you're looking at skilled nursing, PDPM is huge, it's impacting everyone. So we are extremely focused on bringing innovative solutions to support that unique requirement. So that is a big deal. But the other two things are really involve this whole value-based care and putting providers in a position to effectively compete in a value-based world. And we really believe that there's three key things that drive that. The first one is having a strong analytics platform, really understanding how you're doing your business, where you have issues, where can you find root cause analysis to challenges that are going to ultimately help you improve your quality of care and hence your outcomes. So analytics is huge. The second piece is around care coordination and transitions of care. We have built some new innovative technologies that help support the whole area of transitions of care as you move from one care setting to the next. And then I think the last one is really around enhanced clinical decision support. We all struggle with the shortages of staff across our industry. So we have to figure out a way to use technology to help offset the lack of staffing resources. And one of the ways to do that is by using smart technologies, or what we call advanced clinical decision support. Let's alert someone before an issue occurs so that we can better care for a person. Let's make sure that with the limited resources that we do have, they're spending their time where they need to, where they can drive the best quality care, which drives the best outcomes. So we look at those three pillars as absolutely critical to really helping to do well, compete in this value-based world, and at the same time, figure out a way to continue to leverage those things to bend the cost curve. Everything that we're working on at MatrixCare involves those three things. And in the presentation this morning that we saw, that's what they talked about. How do we improve care? How do we bend the cost curve? And how do we drive the level of outcomes that people deserve and expect? So that's what MatrixCare has been doing for the last couple of years. We're way ahead of the curve. We've got tremendous customers that have helped us with many of these initiatives, and they're beginning to be the beneficiary of all the strategy that we put into these products.
So I want to actually dig a little deeper on this data thing. So particularly at a place like NIC, it's data all the time, and there's no question that it's critically important to success and being able to cost effectively deliver value by doing the best job of caring for residents and really for supporting your team members. One of the challenges, and I'm not sure I really see people say this, but it's really clear that it's true, is that I've got all this data. I don't know how to interpret it and how to actually use it. Do you have thoughts on that, or are you helping customers? I'm going to just let you riff on it.
Yeah, so. Sure, absolutely. One of the things that we have within our analytics tools, we have two components. We have a product called MyData, and we have another one called MyAnalytics. MyData is essentially a mining tool that allows you to get to every piece of data that we have in our system. A little bit more sophisticated, you need to understand the data structures, but you can get to essentially every data element in our system. The reason we did that is because if I gave you 50 reports, Steve, you'd ask me for the 51st report because the 50 didn't have what we wanted in it. So we enable our customers to do that so they can be self-sufficient. Now, to answer your question around, with all that data, what do you do, how do you interpret it? We have another tool called MyAnalytics. And what MyAnalytics does is we actually produce visualizations of the data for you. A good example would be quality measures. We can produce a dashboard that shows you your quality measures for an individual community, region, or nationally. We can then take that and compare that to the national averages. So at any given time, at a click of a button, you can see where you stand with your quality indicators compared to your peers, compared to your own company, and compared nationally. So we have hundreds of visualizations like that cover the gamut with financial and clinical and operational in all of our products.
So I think what I hear you saying is that if you want to go do your own deep dive, custom wonky stuff, you have the tools to do that. But if you look at it and say, too much time, too much effort. Just give me stuff I can use out of the box. You've got that as well.
Absolutely.
So cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. This is great. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
And looking forward to further conversation.
Great. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.